Am I audible? Yeah. Good evening, friends. Today is last session is my session. I'm going to talk about how to increase more profit, how to make more money. Yes, I have close to 36 years experience in plastics field. Probably I'm one of the oldest fellow. That's the reason Prabhakar and Suresh Mahadevan decided to keep me last. Fine, no issues. Okay, my slides, please. So we are going to talk about Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. When I talked about Industry 4.0 5 years before, people thought that, oh, Industry 4.0 too early for India, it will not come. Years on, 2023, Industry 5.0 came. 20, not 23. So, actually Industry 4.0 started in Germany in 2000. That means 23 years before. And second, the Industry 5.0 came in 2023. Still, we are not into Industry 4.0. Okay. Why Industry 4.0? Why it is important? Okay. I was with L&T, so my brain always thinks for my customers. All my customers knows about me. I work for customer. I think in customer point of view. I want to increase the profit. That's the reason I was successful and L&T was successful in the plastic industry. Yeah, next slide please. So I'm just going to give an example which will break your heart, but believe me, that's the thing. You can Google it out and find out what it is. Okay. IMD Global Competitive Index, that is called the Global Competitive Index. If you take it, you can Google it, is available. We are ranking almost 39th position in the world. 39th position, not 1 or 2 or 7, 10. In Asia, if you take it, we are around somewhere around 15. 1.5. That means our competitiveness, what we think is different, what actually world thinks is different. What is the reason? Okay, I'm not going to talk about something which is not under our control, because government policy, infrastructure creation, port development, all these things not in our hand. It's in the hands of the, what you call, government. Okay, we need not focus. We can focus on business, where we are standing. If you see, top 3 positions, business we are doing it better than all the other parameters of global competitive index. For example, you can take it off. The first thing is called maybe labor, technical capability of the people. We are very good. Second, if you talk about value systems, again we are good. Where we are lagging, if you see it, management practices. We talk, we don't practice. There's a difference between talking and practicing. Talking is different, practicing is different. Japanese, what they are known for it is they talk less, they practice more. So, if you see it, management practices very, very low. Second, if you see adapting technologies very, very low, somewhere around 45, 44. The reason is, there is no need of it. But what will happen? Now, every one of you know about China +1 strategy. What is China +1 strategy? Like morning, Mr. Ayappan spoke, and Isumi, my friend Ramesh spoke, and our great Natarajan sir spoke. All the people, whoever they talked about that competitiveness. So how you can competitive? Like, today, I'm really concerned because so many reasons people close to me know about that. I cannot tell it in the open forum. If you are not gearing up to the world requirement, somebody will come and take business from you. At Chennai. At Chennai, somebody will come and take business, money will go out of India. You decide whether you want to take the money, you want to be in the business or not. The choice is yours. But what I'm trying to say is, you are capable, it is possible. But only thing is, the warning bell, we are giving it for a long time, people like us. But again, we are hired by multinationals for doing the job. Our interest was to develop youngsters and MSMEs. But what happens is, people think that the perception is different. People think that it is not needed, it is not going to come to India. Just 1.5 years before, 16 molding companies in Chennai was closed. One of the reason is me. I want to develop those people, but the investors say that no, there is no point in investing this time. we'll put up our own plant. So all 16 companies are closed. Why? Because they refuse to change. They are suppliers to that company for the past, almost to my knowledge, around 14, 15 years. 14, 15 years, because they don't care. Because the parent company was bought by another company, somebody else. So you cannot, like, if it is my company, it's okay. If my company is bought by somebody else, that becomes his company. So it is impossible for hold, that means we call it as a VUCA. That is volatility, uncertainty, and complexity and ambiguity. That's the world. We never expected Hamas and Israel problem. We never expected Ukraine-Russia problem. It is affecting us, affecting all of us. China plus one strategy, many companies are coming to India. If you are not ready for that, they are not going to wait. If you are not ready, they will put their own plant. So what happens is, like if you see it, no. Next slide, please. So Industry 4.0, I just talked about what is this. This is all available in the Google. You can take it out. So what I'm trying to say is Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0, 23 years old, Industry 5.0, and Industry 4.0 is almost 20 years old. Next slide, please. If you see it, why we have to get into Industry 4.0 or Industry 5.0? There are some very, very pessimistic, I'm not saying it is optimistic, pessimistic, very, very conservative figures I have taken. I have approved myself, I can show you, which is much more than what it is. If you follow this Industry 4.0, if you follow with Industry 5.0, it will take at least 2.5 to 3 years for you to get into that environment. I will talk to you what is that environment, how to get into that. But what I'm saying is 50% you can make additional money. 50% net profit, I'm not talking about overall profit. Net profit you can increase by 50%. You decide whether you want to give it to the customer, whether you want to give it to your own people or your own people. Anything you can do it. Okay, next slide please. Next slide. See, here I'm just giving it, there are 5 things I'm going to talk about, which I'm going to link it at the last. Efficiency and effectiveness, whether it is Ramesh, whether it is Ayyappan, whether it is our Natarajan, if you talk everywhere, none of us talked to each other, prepared the presentation. I prepared my presentation well before and validated my German counterpart. Again, I have friends in Germany and all. So what I'm trying to say is, on the right hand side you have one injection molding machine which will have a shuttle mold system. I have already given an inquiry to machine manufacturers in India. That shuttle mold system is wherever the large cooling components. That means if you have a mold where the cooling time is more, what we do in PET, like we take off, we have another system, we take off and cool it out. Similarly in injection molding, this is going to be the future. That means one machine, 2 molds. Shuttle, whenever injection is over, it will move to the next, it will clamp and move, it will be remaining as a cooling. It is already being practiced. It is recently demonstrated at NPE, that is National Plastics Exhibition at USA. And this is going to come. And if you think this is not going to come, you are not, because the customer is going to get 2 components, the same cycle time what we are thinking of, and the investment is less, instead of 2 machines, 1 machine, 2 mold, then you can see what is the benefit is going to get it. So he expects you to give it at that price. Either you burn your finger and give it that price or move to that shuttle mold system. So your machine should be capable of it. I'm giving a lot of challenges to the machine manufacturers, but still this is going to happen. So I am a whistleblower, I'm just telling you in advance. Second, on the left hand side, if you see extrusion. Laser measurement system. That means currently what we do is in extrusion, if you take it out and if you want to ensure the concentricity, if you want to ensure the thickness, all these things, after cooling you take a cutting, measure it, all these things. This is all old, maybe 20, 30 years before. Now it is, laser is going to measure it, correct it immediately. That means what happens is, you will not produce 1 meter of pipe or 1 meter of cable which is defective, because of insulation thickness, because of varying wall thickness. Varying wall thickness, insulation thickness is not there, there is no use of cable, correct? So that is going to be, this is already being practiced for the past 20 years. But in India, very few people are using it. I know universal cables. I worked in universal cables. They are the number one in high tension cables. They make up to 430 kilowatts. Okay, next slide, please. So most of the time, you need to upgrade. Why I am saying that upgrade is, first thing is people talked about electric machine. Electric machine is a minimum requirement. Now it will come. Now we want machines with solar. No, we don't want the machine with electricity. The cost which I am paying electricity, I cannot afford. I want machine to run with solar. This is going to come. Already people are working on it. How to make a DC, that is your problem. Yeah? Don't tell the problem. One of my earlier L&T boss used to say that, don't come with a problem, because if you explain the problem, I will understand, because I am also an engineer. I don't want to listen. I want you to give a solution. So the customers is going to demand, your customer is not going to pay for that, because solar electricity, one unit you can get for 3 rupees 50 paise. And if you say 10,000 or 10 megawatts, if you want to put it, tell to me, I will be the first person, bring a person who will put the solar panel at their expenses, and you need to simply pay the cost of 3 rupees 50 paise as on date now. You don't need to invest anything. Solar power is going to create it at your rooftop, and he is ready to invest. But minimum is 10 megawatts. The world is coming out. Why it is coming like this? If you take Japanese, if you keep money, $100 in a bank, and after 1 year, he will give you $92 only. $8, he will take it for keeping your money in his account. In India, we paying 8% interest, we are getting it. That means if you keep 100 rupees, 108 rupees you will get. In Japan, it is 192 rupees only. That means what? The cost of capital is much lower in Japan. So they come over here, buy it, and they are ready to invest on the solar. And they will invest. That is going to happen, it is happening. If you don't believe me, give me an order, I will supply. Okay. Second thing is, if you talk about compliances. Compliances means quality standard system, so many things we talk about. Today, I was with some international, auditor, and the person says that, I don't want any QC department in your company. I took it to one of my customers, and he told, I don't want, the customer has a QC department. Why he is producing a defect and he is ensuring a quality department? By this quality department, he is going to ensure the quality. That means how many pieces he produces. He says that, okay, 300 ppm, 200 ppm and all. Okay, 200 ppm, who is going to pay for it? Me or you? Well, naturally you. That means, he says, why I have to pay for your defect? Why I have to pay for your inefficiency? So what happens is, customer, I don't want to have any QC department, 100% production, 100% you pack it, and the moment you pack it, he said, I want to see it in a webcam, and connected to the cloud, anywhere from the world I can see it. If you are ready, I am going to be there, otherwise I am not going to be there. Because China is doing it. I bought huge quantity of items from China when I was in Butterfly. I was the senior vice president of Butterfly. We are the only people who supplied all 35 lakhs grinders, 35 lakhs mixes, all 3 years. Beating Coimbatore, which was the developer of grinders and mixes. Why? We could able to source it from China and at much lower price. Finally, our chairman told us, no, we have to give business to Coimbatore. We gave a suborder to Coimbatore. All the Coimbatore people was producing for Butterfly. They have not got the order. We got the order. Why? Because the efficiency is important. So the transparency is very important now. That I want to see your production. I want to see your cycle time. People have said that, no, I know very well here. I know in and out of Tamil Nadu, South India, all the molders I know. We keep 10% cushion. I was the head of a big tool room also. 10% cushion for cycle time and material rejection. All these things you put. But all this cost, we are not paying from our pocket. No, we'll jack up in price in some form or other. But today it is not going to be. People say that you have to give the exact cost. And you demand 18% profit, no problem. But if you tell my cost is more, built in your inefficiency, I am not going to accept. So that's the reason I talk about transparency. And I don't want the systems to be operated, your company is depending upon any individual. It is system-driven company. It is not person-dependent company. Most of our company in India, especially SMSC, small and medium-scale industries, person-dependent, which they don't want it. It has to be system-dependent company. So we need to create a system for that system-dependent company, then it will not wait for the human decision. So that system-dependent has to get into our blood. Reliability. Reliability is like, this minimum quality is taken for granted. Reliability is minimum required. If you are not going to be reliable, you are not going to be there. I will explain in the next slide. And most is it's going to be resilience. Resilience means today you will launch a product. Earlier the product launch means we will have a product, means product life cycle. Product life cycle may be around 1.5 years or 1 year. But now it has reduced substantially. It has come down to maybe few months, 9 months, 10 months. 9 months, 10 months, you have to get back the money. How it is possible? So you have to bounce back. Upgradation, that's what Ayyappan told. No? Sometimes if you change, you have to change over there. Next slide, please. So this is mostly all of us, because all the OEMs are thinking that, that's the reason people like, I think our Rajan has told, OEM driven. It's not OEM driven anymore. Because what do you think that lose-lose? If a buyer is also going to lose, seller is also going to lose, he is not going to make benefit. Correct? If you move to this side, like if you make the buyer is happy, that means buyer is winning and seller is losing, you will be just being a cooperation. You are just cooperating with them to learn the technology. And if you think that, okay, I am smarter than the buyer, you increase your sales and buyer makes a lose, then it is called what you call partnership. You think that, okay, I cheated. But both the situations are going to be difficult. Because customer came to know that you are cheating him, he will move out of you. And you came to know that customer is cheating you, you will move out. So the only choice left to you is win-win. That is collaborative, which all the people talked. You need to collaborate with, so that's the reason when you say that, no, when a mold maker is saying it, when a molder is saying it, when the OEM is saying it, you get into the collaborative mode. How we are going to get the business. Then only you can make it happen. Next slide, please. Increasing capabilities. Okay. Increasing capabilities, we talk. No, this slide can be answered to all of you. That's not a problem. But what I'm trying to say is, start practicing it. That is the only way you have to, because you are going to listen today to me, tomorrow to somebody, day after tomorrow to somebody else. But if you are going to listen, not taking any action, take it from words, you may not be in business, doing the same business after 5 years. Next, please. Many times we think that, no, anything I want to learn, I want to try it out, I want to do it my own method, all these things. It's a stupidity. Why to reinvent the wheel? Wheel means already invented long time back. Why to reinvent the wheel? It happened, like when I went to Germany first time, I'm talking about 94, 97, I don't remember exactly. I saw this yogurt, this brand yogurt. It was very good because being a South Indian, love eating curd, no? So we had curd and all, we had enjoyed it. So after 7 years, I went to the same place and you can see what is the number of varieties they are given. Next slide, please. 96 varieties of curd, the same company. 4 variety. In India, we get 1 variety. In Germany, in 7 years, it becomes hyper customization. That is the Industry 5.0. You cannot make a mass production product and make everyone to buy it. No. It is hyper customized. That is going to happen. People will demand. And if you say, I put up a standard plant producing so many things, the same thing, you have to buy it. No, nobody is going to buy it. That's the reason resilience we talk about. You need to change, quickly adapt. That is the reason you need to have all integrated with the Industry 4.0, 5.0. Next slide, please. So this is phase 1, phase 2. Like, I told you earlier, it will take minimum of at least 2.5 years to 3 years to be really knowing the Indian MSMEs I'm talking about. First, you have to do an audit first. Audit means you can do it with anyone who is not connected with you in any form, where you are. And if you do audit, you will know where you are standing it. Maybe you are extremely good in customer relationship management, that is CRM, or you are good in ERP, that and all okay. But what about rejections? What about increasing productivity? What about this? You go with the audit and you find where you are staying. Maybe you in the beginning, or maybe in the completed phase 1, or middle of phase 1, or beginning of phase 2. Again, it is a whole thing has to be done. 90% of the time we think that Industry 4.0 is not useful for us. It is not going to get benefit. I am not going to be there. No. I told you, if you are doing it, if you are transparent, if you are going to work it, you demand the price and people have to buy it. If Hyundai is not paying it, forget about it. Hyundai is not a single company in the world here. You can go to anybody else. So many people are ready to, if your plant is very good, throughout the world, people will come and place order on you. So that is the thing, it's importance of getting into advanced manufacturing industrial revolution in line with the global requirement. Because if you are not in line with the global requirement, whatever you do, nobody is doing it. Today what happened, like TVS, a very good company, but we all know about TVS. Person sitting at Poland, person sitting at Germany, what he knows about TVS? Like today you go and see it, Tata Electronics, what is the profit jump? 900% profit jump. Just because they bought iPhone manufacturing, and iPhone manufacturing is Industry 4.0, and they made a profit 3,000 crore. Earlier it was 400 crore, 1 year. So, we are producing and supplying iPhones, almost 40% of the iPhones sold in the world is from India. 7 years before, have you ever thought of startups will come to manufacturing iPhones? So, this is how, so it's up to you, all of you. So, we have all three of us available. Next slide, please. I think. Next slide. So, that's it, over. So if you have any questions from Jam Chillers, he is available, and Cybra is available. With respect to Industry 4.0, I am available. If any questions? Yeah. Any questions? Quickly. Yeah.
No question. All are happy.
All are happy? Thank you very much. All the best to all of you. Thank you. Bye.